Well, hello there, and welcome to Behind the Black Veil, where we get a more intimate look at the mysteries of our lives. The cosmic file room is back open, y'all. All right, fantastic. Listen, let us pray. The safety directions are down below for those of you who read, okay? And for those of you who've been rocking with me for a minute, y'all know what time it is. Let us pray. I dedicate myself and this conversation, we dedicate ourselves in this conversation to generating the energy of peace, returning negative energy back to sender, and seeing behind what appears to be obstacles, things clearly as they are. Call forth accurate answers, accurate interpretations of those answers, and the wise and skillful application of the guidance we receive here today. All right, fantastic. So, what's really good for those of y'all who saw the announcement, the alert that I put out for everybody to get to their stations? Okay, I would love to know how that went for you. All right, but for me, I wouldn't call it God showing out. For me, I mean, there's still time, obviously, but for me, it was more God showing in. Hello? Because I had some explosive downloads and I've had some pretty revolutionary breakthroughs in communicating with my ancestors. Okay, God gave me some new superpowers, turned up the volume on the shit. Okay, so it's getting pretty crazy. Okay, absolutely. Ancestors, what would you like to discuss with the children of God here today? Okay, the practicing children of God. All right, well, here's what we want to discuss. Excuse my hands, everybody. Okay, I got an ink in the purse situation. You know what I'm saying? You know about the ink in the purse? All right, with the pen ink. Okay? Yeah, all right. Fantastic. Here's what we're discussing today. Pow! Put some respect on my name. That's what we're discussing today. Hold on. Let me make sure you can see it. Pow! Respect for women's affairs right there. Sudden change. From the mother of storms. That's interesting. All right. Fantastic. There you go. So, what would you like to say about that, ancestors? Here's what we want to say about that right about now to the children of God. Mm-hmm. King of Pentacles energy. All right. Peace offering. Oh, the pet whale. Hey, hey, ooh. Okay. Um. So that is about trust. That's about trusting God. That's about safe haven. All right. Support from the universe. Look at here. The ancestors. Look at there. Come on now. You know the scene ain't right. Okay? Unless the ancestors show up. I know that's right. All right. Well, the ancestor card represents final judgment. It also represents respect. So we're getting a theme shaping up here. All right. And then perhaps somebody is making an offering, a peace offering, holding down the environment, creating stability. I don't know. Let's go further. Yeah, child of God. Okay. So there's some sort of offering to the child of God business. Okay. Absolutely. Oh, look. Okay. Emperor energy here. Emperor energy standing our ground. All right. Great. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Ah. Okay, I'm getting some sensations off this magic mirror. There was some secrets that the ancestors had. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I get power. I get I get a net. Because remember a couple of readings ago somebody tried to poach our whale? Remember that? Okay, and now I'm getting a sensation of the ancestors feeling like we don't poach whales around here. That's not how we do it here, kind of thing. And this gives me like you know how they be catching the fish in the net kind of thing, and then fish that they're not supposed to be catching get caught in the net kind of deal. Okay, so I get a sensation of this is their net. The magic mirror is the ancestors' net to catch people who like to catch the pet whale in the net, or to catch the poachers. You dig what I'm saying? Like they have an instrument. It's an instrument. Um, well, that's interesting. Okay, well, let's go further. Okay, seeing the root cause clearly. So somebody knows why they need to secure the environment regarding the child of God or the children of God. Somebody knows why they need to make a peace offering, or kind of thing. Let's see. Karma. Exactly. Karma. The karma card. So there's some sort of emperor paying karma is the sensation that I get, because here is presiding the mother of storms. Put some respect on my name, respect for women's affairs. Okay, so in that case, it makes me feel on the central axis like this could be the same, the same person. This could be the same entity, or this could be a municipality. Something is wrong, it's being corrected, or something is wrong, it needs to be corrected. Get off on your floor. But it's in the interest of women's affairs. It's in the interest of respect on the name, so there's some karma that has to be paid to a child of God. You dig it? So that's the sensation that I'm getting. And everybody knows it because seeing the root causes clearly. Everybody knows it. Also because the ancestors are here presiding, looking, watching. You dig it? Because look, you see what I'm saying? Looking and watching. Okay? Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And then also that's what we do with the magic mirror. We look and we watch. And remember I was talking about with the announcement, like to fix your attention on the membrane between the real world and Narnia. You dig what I'm saying? So the ancestors are here to clear it up because that's what they do in terms of final judgment. So the ancestors are calling judgment. And here's the mother of storms representing the forces of nature, and the forces of the divine feminine look like here. All right, fantastic. Get off on your floor. Look, mutual respect. Do we have a theme? Do we have a theme? I think we do have a theme, right? So I get the sensation that the ancestors are like, you will receive the same respect you give, is the sensation that I'm getting because they're presiding over the pillar. And with the magic mirror, with the symmetry, sameness, right? So you give what you get what you give, that sort of thing. And respect is the currency, is the sensation that I'm getting. Let's go deeper. Let's go deeper. That's interesting. All right, go on, ancestors. Loss is not defeat. Okay, loss is not defeat. So somebody doesn't want to pay, or somebody doesn't want to give the peace offering, or, well, let's go further. Yes. Okay. Yes. Yes. Um, I get the sensation that it's a begrudging kind of, you know, respect. Like if somebody doesn't want to give respect, you know what I mean? But they're being compelled by the power of Christ. They're being compelled by the final judgment of the ancestors. You know what I mean? Hello? Do we live here? I'm just saying. The ancestors compel you, that's for sure. Okay. Truth. Child of God, truth. Facts. Loss is not defeat. So somebody feels a sense of loss at you being a child of God, at it being true. seeing the root causes clearly. Facts, truth. You see what I'm saying? Like, damn, you know? Damn. So they don't want to, they don't respect you. That is the sensation that I'm getting. That is the sensation that I'm getting. They don't respect you, but they can't help but see that the ancestors respect you. You dig what I'm saying? God respects you because we're basking in God's grace here. In this child of God card, we're basking, okay? With the sun up here in the corner, representing God. It's true. That makes them feel a sense of loss for some reason, okay? Yeah, okay. It's not moving. I feel that they tried maybe to erase it, you know? You're not a child of God. You're not special. Okay, well, apparently the ancestors had to show up. The pet whale had to show up. The mother of storms had to show up. Karma had to show up. Perhaps a municipality had to show up. I don't know. Somebody had to show up, not the least of which is the forces of the universe, and confirm that you are indeed a child of God. Okay? And they feel a sense of loss at this. Okay? Something is, they don't want you to have a favorable outcome. They do not want you to have a favorable outcome. Perhaps they don't want you to have money, because also in the Oya card, there's a sudden come up. Okay, here is a favorable outcome. Here is change with the Two of Pentacles. New world. New world. Okay, so I get the sensation of they don't want that change to happen, or they didn't want that change to happen, which is why they would feel a sense of loss. I mean, ultimately, because the King of Pentacles is presiding over the pillar, they may be taking it on the chin. You know, they may be taking it on the chin, but they're taking it on the chin. You know what I mean? So it's like loss is not defeat, but they don't want to do it. It's begrudging. You know what I'm saying? It's begrudging. They don't want you to have something. They don't want you to be something. They don't want you to change something. They don't want you to, I don't know. Yeah, okay? So something in those lines. They don't want it to be true is the sensation ultimately that I'm getting. They don't want it to be true that you are this thing. You know? So you would know who I'm talking about. Okay, because we can see root causes clearly. Everybody can see the ancestors are here watching. Boom, we got the magic mirror. You dig what I'm saying? So also with the Emperor energy, that is something that stands. You know, so it may or may not be a person. It can just be an energy that is being aligned. You know, I would say aligned, especially with the symmetry card here, because it's on the same floor, you know? So for instance, it's like if you had an argument with somebody and somebody's perception of reality or perception of the situation is like, no, it's like this doesn't happen unless that, and this and that means this, you know? And you're like, no, that's not how it works. Actually, it's this and that, whatever. It doesn't matter what the details are. And then it turns out, and they are like emperor on it. They stand down, they real dig down and know it's like this, it's like this, it's like this. Because think about it, Emperor, King of Pentacles, that's heavy masculine energy. So it's like patriarchal society, the patriarchal perception of value. The patriarchal, especially with respect for women's affairs, in light of this heavy masculine energy, it's like, you know, the man is supposed to be in charge, you know, the woman is supposed to stay in a woman's place, as if they know what that is. And so, you know what I mean? And it's like, no, actually, you know what I mean? Here comes the ladies to clear it all up. And they're like, no, it's not. No, it's not. And they're arguing with it. You know, and instead of really taking the information in and investigating, you know, doing the scientific method. Yo, shout out to science, by the way, because I had to dedicate last week to science. All right. Because we're not really, we're just expanding, in what science is. You dig what I'm saying? To include the supernatural, because that shit is science, people. Come on, like, let us not be limited by other people's limitations. You know what I'm saying? Let us not be limited. So my point being, something is hashing out to be true. Something you said, something you did, something you are is turning out to be true when somebody was arguing with it. They wanted to erase it. They didn't want it to be true. They wanted to cover it, hide it, erase it, change it, stop it, whatever. And now it's turning out to be true in everyone's estimation, even the person who was arguing against it. You see what I'm saying? So, because seeing the root causes clearly and the karma. So it's like the accounting. It's like actually seeing the numbers, and then it's not an argument. See, that's why you gotta, like, even the spiritual people have to respect science. Otherwise, you're going to end up in Narnia. You see what I'm saying? Even the spiritual people got to have your feet on the ground. That's important. Okay. Got to have your King of Pentacles energy popping. That's important. So, every reason to be upset. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. So they didn't want you to have something. That's clear. The angry Empress is here in the spirit of justice. Here's judgment energy, favorable judgment, final judgment. She works in the interest of justice, pow, and she looks like my mom. Now that's interesting because my mom used to work for this place called the Black Veterans for Social Justice. You feel me? Okay, so it's interesting because also there's a new world. You see what I'm saying? So social justice, if this is a municipality, let's say, and it's societal, we'll get into the space station on the next one. But okay, so this can be a societal issue as well. Obviously, the patriarchal value systems, that acquire and that brutalize when it's out of balance. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, also, Oya represents the life-giving nature of the marketplace, gain in the marketplace, and how the marketplace is an extension of the feminine energy. It nourishes, essentially is where they're coming from with that. Also, there's mother energy here in La Beline, the world womb. So speaking of the whole world, and the marketplace representing the world in my deck as well. It's not the world card, but the world is inside that card. So anyhow, this is the protection of the mother. The world womb. You get inside the whale. That's why it's the pet whale. That's how that came to be. For those of you who don't know about the pet whale, that's how that expression came to be behind the black veil. So here we're spinning round and round and we're going through all kinds of production deals and it's coming to nothing, or we're going around and round in our head and it's coming to nothing. So for instance, back to that argument analogy where somebody is trying to find a way to make it untrue, find a way to make you wrong. You know what I'm saying? No, you're a woman, you're supposed to do this kind of thing. Okay? Or a child of God. You're a child of God. You're supposed to be a child of God like this. You dig it? And round and round they go. Right? And the bottom line is sense of loss here. The truth here. And no matter what they do, it's coming to nothing here. So you see what I'm saying? They was trying to make you wrong. Or trying to make it the situation not change, or trying to not give you something, or trying something. Get off on your floor. Okay? But whatever they was trying, still here is the truth. Still here is every reason for you to be upset. Because respect wasn't on your name. In order for Oya to be here saying, put respect on my name, and in order for the pet whale to be like, right, and in order for the ancestors to be like, right, you know what I'm saying? So, like, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Obviously. And here's the lovers cards representing harmonious partnership, symmetry. You get what you give. You don't give respect, you don't get respect. You see what I'm saying? So somebody was thinking maybe because they have money they deserve respect, or uh because they have material power they get respect. It makes me think, speaking of social justice, it makes me think of Martin Luther King, and how he said, we shouldn't judge each other by the color of our skin, but by the content of our character. That is the gospel. That is the gospel, ladies and gentlemen. Listen, facts. I mean, listen, I'm all for tribal and racial pride all day, okay? But really, when you get to the mathematic accounting of reality, we can't be hung up on skin tone. That's facts. That is facts, my friend. Hello? It's all about the content of your character. Facts. Do you feel me? Okay? And so that is what I suspect is coming to light, is coming to be the mathematic truth of it. You know what I'm saying? So in order to be a child of God, do you have to be black, white, China? Nothing. None of that matters. You could show up Chinese, Indian, you could show up any kind of way that you want to. Are you practicing the principles of God? Are you practicing the principles of good character? Hello? Because if you're not respecting the feminine, something's missing. Do you feel me? How many know? How many know? And the ancestors are here to weigh it all out. And also, there's remember the pendulum in the Man Brigitte card right here, where we are getting a favorable outcome, or we are unmoved on some level. Something is unmoved. You dig what I'm saying? And there's a pendulum because she knows the secrets of life and death. You see what I'm saying? So she's unmoved. People are freaking out about shit that doesn't matter. She's like, whatever. She's the leader of the barons. She's not sweating the shit that living people be sweating. Do you feel me? She's not sweating it. Okay? And then people have to, pay homage to her because she's so gangster. She doesn't even move. And she's figured it all out. You dig what I'm saying? She doesn't even fucking move, yet she knows the answers. Okay, so that's why people, it's like it gives me a Buddha kind of situation, under the Bodhi tree type of situation. Anyhow, pow, back to the reading. Here, let's go into the pet whale. Or maybe they tried to, because if we read it this way, seeing the root causes clearly, round and round in our head is coming to nothing, every reason to be upset. Maybe somebody tried to hide that or confuse you about the point that you had in the matter. Like like whatever your point was, it was valid. You know what I'm saying? It was valid and it was official, because Emperor energy, pet whale, karmic payment office, okay, and the ancestors had to show up. Here's the example and the template of harmonious relationship, and here is the mechanism with which we control the distant, or the difference between Narnia and reality. So either someone was trying to confuse you, make you think you're wrong, or make you second guess yourself. I get a gaslighting. Make you doubt your reality, make you doubt that you have an authentic point to stand on, or an authentic truth or facts, okay, to stand on. Or they were deluding themselves, because delusion is the imbalance side of the magic mirror card in my deck. So maybe they were trying to fool themselves, or they were arguing against it with themselves, maybe. Or they were just trying to gaslight you and try to get you to doubt the shit. So one of those. Get off, or both. Get off on your floor. Okay? Fantastic. Let's get into this pet whale. Somebody didn't want something to be true. That's the bottom line. Yeah, mercy and grace of safe passage. Mm-hmm. 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 Right. Right. You know. She who knows, the high priestess. She knows the secrets. Why? Because the ancestors came and told her the secrets. Simple. Hello? Like, it's not magic. Okay? Like, you didn't make this shit up, people. You did not make this shit up, all right? Like, absolutely. Listen, you know how you really wise. You ain't really wise, all right? Until you know that you don't know shit. You don't know nothing, okay? Absolutely. When you figure that out, you hit the jackpot. That's what I know. Hello? Ask the ancestors if you want to know something. Hello? Ask the creator. Facts. Okay? Ask the creator. Don't be trying to be out here knowing nothing. I'm just saying. That is my friendly recommendation, people. Don't be out here trying to know nothing. Okay? Absolutely. You let the ancestors and the creator know everything. And then you just show up and do what they tell you to do. That's it. You dig it what I'm saying? That's your fucking job. You work here. Okay? You work here. Absolutely. So, okay, mercy and grace of safe passage. Look like somebody got their ticket to the ferry. Okay, the ferry done pulled into the dock or some shit. Okay, get off on your floor. Let's find out more. Yes, okay, yes. How do we use power wisely is what I'm seeing here. This is what the power of Christ is compelling somebody. Okay, the power of Christ consciousness is compelling somebody to understand by the scene that is being displayed. Okay, because the pet whale doesn't speak English is the sensation that I'm getting. You know what I'm saying? I get the sensation of a display. Okay, like they tried to put on a display, whoever this is that's feeling lost at the change. Because the significance, check this out, the significance of the change is that it's bigger than you. You don't have nothing to do with it. You know what I'm saying? Except that you work here like everything else and everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that it's changing, you can't stop the change either, children of God. You dig what I'm saying? Like the creator is changing the factors, and you better hope you're in right relationship to those bitches. That's it. I mean, that's just the, that's just the law, because the forces of nature, ancestors, karma. Do you feel me? And then she's laying out primary measurements. This is an emperor. This is healthy relationship, balanced relation. This is what happens, or this is what can happen if it's not balanced. You could fall into you know what I'm saying? Like they're laying out these primary factors, like the table of elements. You know what I mean? Like iron. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like laying it out, like, like oxygen, water, that sort of thing. Hydrogen, that sort of thing. Like laying out the mathematic configuration of the shit, and therein lies the evidence. Okay? Because that's what we was looking for last week, the evidence. So she's laying the evidence out for us all to behold. For us all to behold. Okay? So here I'm seeing the careful decision making that the emperor in balance, alignment, emperor must do in order to be an emperor in alignment. And so like I said, this doesn't have to be a person. This could be the forces in your life. This could be some sort of company, corporation you're dealing with, the government. You know what I mean? You know how the way corporations think they could just do whatever they want to because they have material wealth. And they think that they don't have to pay the consequences for their effect on society, the earth, the people. You know what I'm saying? So while you may not go to court about the karma and win the case, so to speak, you know what I mean? But there are consequences. Like, take 9/11, for instance. There was a lot of companies in that building. And those people who was falling out of the building and jumping out of the building worked for some of those companies. How many lives did they ruin working for those companies? What of themselves did they trade to have that position? Hello? But where did they end up? throwing themselves out of a fucking skyscraper. That's what it came to for those people. Do you feel me? You see what I'm saying? So the people who run those companies, we don't know. We don't know where they're at. We don't know what happened to them on their yacht. They might be up on their yacht with a, fifth and sixth heart triple bypass. We don't know. You dig what I'm saying? These people are not getting away with nothing. Do you understand? That's why they hide. You dig what I'm saying? Because they don't want you to know that they paid for that shit. They want you to think they're still in power because they pass that power on to their kids and they lead their kids down the road to hell as well. And their kids don't even know what their parents did. Like Bernie Madoff and how he ruined his kids. Ruined them. Like, didn't one of his children kill themselves? Right. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? Because he didn't even tell his kid exactly the value and the weight of what they were doing. They were just seeing him doing it like, oh, well, Pop's doing it. You know what I'm saying? It must be okay. Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So I'm just saying everybody has to pay. Everyone. You know what I'm saying? So I think somebody didn't want to pay. What else is new? Right? You know what I'm saying? And either way, because change, it's got nothing to do with you, priesthood. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than the ancestors are here. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than you. All right. And this is about trusting God, the pet whale. It's bigger than you. So yeah. Yes. Oh, okay. So there's a secret here. Okay. You either know a secret about a dangalang slanger. Okay. And or a secret about somebody being hasty, being lustful or greedy or some kind of secret, okay, about this emperor energy, so again, like Bernie Madoff, like somebody might have known that he was a crook or known that he was, running a Ponzi scheme, even though he was up in a fancy ass skyscraper building in New York City, all up in Midtown looking fancy when he come in and out of work. But he is nothing more than a fucking street criminal. That's it. You dig what I'm saying? That's it. The dude is a thug. He's just a straight thug. And he's thugging rich people. That's why they was mad at him. Okay? He was thugging rich people. You feel me? And celebrities. That's why they came for that fool. Facts. Okay? Facts. Now, if he would have robbed a bunch of, black people, then they'd have been like, we understand, you know what I mean? It's just business, kind of thing. You know what I mean? So I get the sensation of something that of something that causes or casts some sort of, like ugly shadow onto the emperor energy. Something about a company, a person, some kind of dealing, something fraudulent, something, something that doesn't add up to emperor. So, but you don't look like you give a fuck. Is the sensation that I'm getting? You know what I mean? It's kind of like in the street, like the street rules. Like if you see somebody doing dirt and if it ain't got nothing to do with you, you know what I'm saying? But if they take something of yours or they do something, that's whatever, or out of balance, whatever, then you have that. Then you have that knowledge and you might be compelled by the power of Christ, your fucking self, to show some sunlight on there, but I don't get the sensation that you care on that level. Like if you're good, you get the mercy and grace of safe passage. You up in your pet whale, you're straight. You dig what I'm saying? Like you're good. You're back in your little spot in the sanctuary. You know what I'm saying? Like you're good. You hopping in your ride, you know what I'm saying? And you riding on with the forces of nature. You see what I'm saying? So, cause I don't get a lot of interest from you. I don't, cause the high priestess is not, she's not that interested in anything that's outside of the bounds of what she's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she has so much to do just to meet her obligations to the ancestors and to her purpose in life. You know what I'm saying? That she don't care what you doing about your purpose in life. Like, unless you're like, hey, high priestess, what should I do about my purpose in life? Then she'll put you on. You know what I mean? But if you're doing something, I just don't get her interest right here. I don't get her interest. There's no sun. You know what I'm saying? It's the karmic payment office. Like, it's the same thing as if somebody is at an ATM. Like, you don't come up when a motherfucker is at the ATM handling their business. You don't come up and stand right next to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't, like, hello? Like, back up, let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Get out your way and you could do your thing, kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's the sensation that I'm getting. Okay, let's go further. Abundant future, bloodline legacy, inheritance, careful emotional decisions, mercy and grace of safe passage. You see what I'm saying? There's some sort of municipality or an emperor figure that has to line up with this karma and enable, could I say enable, I get a let my people go. I get okay, we getting into the Old Testament. Okay, that's my favorite shit in the world. Let's put down the last card here. Yes! Suddenly, new beginnings, also the power of the word. Okay? Daring. All right? So, okay. So, secret knower. Okay? Here's the secret right up in here. And daring to speak, daring to know, daring to be, daring to go after what you passionately want, and or somebody passionately wanted something of yours, something that you have, or you know what I'm saying? And so I get a double dare on this one. You know what I'm saying? And when I say double dare, I'm getting this, in terms of the mutual respect, the symmetry, the alignment, the symmetry. And then here in the karma card, there's duality in the karma card. So it's like, if you dare, I dare. You dig what I'm saying? Kind of thing. Or how dare you? Get off on your floor. All right? It's several floors there. Or this could just be new beginning. This just could be you paid your karma and it's time for you to have your inheritance and a new beginning. All right? It could be that. It could be time for you to go after what you passionately want. And how do we know it's official? Emperor energy is here. Okay? Ancestor energy is here. Of course, the high priestess is here. That means some work is getting done. When the high priestess is on the scene, and Pow, the mother of storms, put some respect on my name, respect for women's affairs, sudden come up, gain in the marketplace, get off on your floor. Okay? So something is coming into alignment is the sensation that I'm getting. Not the least of which is the truth. I feel that this is the linchpin right here. And it's double, it's double, not double-sided, but it's kind of reinforced. The truth is reinforced. It's the center that all of this is pulling into the center, which I feel is the truth. Okay, it could be triple. It could be triple, okay, because we do have the ancestors here, but the truth is underneath it is supported by the child of God. Now, of course, the child of God is supported by God here, represented with the whale. And I get the sensation that the ancestor card is some sort of like oil, some sort of like creamy substance to make sure that the wheel spins nicely, smoothly. The mercy and grace of safe passage, they are the mechanism. Didn't I say mechanism? They are the mechanism, you know? and they're making it so that it's nice and creamy, you know what I'm saying, kind of thing, you know, and that the wheel spins nice. It doesn't make any noise, no scratches, no scrapes, you know, kind of thing. So let's go to the final pillar here. Ah, the tower. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. You know, that's interesting because what this makes me feel is the fact that no one can escape judgment. Just like what I was saying, okay? Nobody can escape karma. No one. Nobody. Everybody has to experience the tower. I mean, if you come into Earth, you know, you got to take all of the basic classes to graduate, right? Or, you know what I'm saying? Or you get up in here and you fall up into Narnia. You feel me? The neither world, you know, where you're undead, essentially. Like alive enough to know you're having a fucking miserable experience, but not alive enough to do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? So that would be hell. I'm gonna go with that would be hell. Okay? So for instance, the child of God, a huge distinction with the child of God is that the child of God pays their karma. It's like a prepay situation. Like you pay early, you know, you be there on time, you know, because you know not to be late because of this mechanism right here and because of this repercussions, you know, and also these repercussions here where you got to be up in the inferno. Hello? You got to be up in the inferno and shit when you don't pay your karma. So that's another reason why you don't let it accumulate. So maybe somebody let their karma accumulate. And so now there's a sense of loss because you let it accumulate. You know, like if you pay it as it comes in, it's not as tough as it could be. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe it's not as tough as it could be and it hasn't accumulated that much. I don't know. All I know is they feel a sense of loss at having to pay. You know, whatever that it is, the karma, the peace offering, the whatever. I don't know. Okay? But somebody feels a sense of loss. You do not. Or you do, because there's duality. There's duality here. But I get the sense that your loss has already taken place. You see what I'm saying? Because pet whale, you know what I'm saying? Because of the mercy and grace of safe passage here on the ferry and the knower of secrets, the high priestess, and put some respect on my name, the mother of storms. You see what I'm saying? So that I get the sensation is whatever this tower is, you don't have to worry about this like this is not your tower because you had already paid. You see what I'm saying? So that's why like you sail before the tower because you already had your tower. You know, like that's the sensation that I'm getting because there's some duality down here. Oh, okay, on the bloodline floor, on the bloodline legacy floor. And there could be surprise or somebody dared. Remember, I got a double dare or you dare, I dare. You know what I'm saying? So there's some sort of karmic connection that is over here with the change card. And you have nothing to say about it because karma is about your work and the work you have to do here on earth. You know what I'm saying? And once your work is done, you free to go. Period. End of story. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, and you better had get your ass on. You know, and that goes for everyone, you know, kind of thing, just in general. You know, so I feel that somebody paid late. They're late with their payment. Okay, they're late with their payment, right? God bless it, I understand. Okay. And now they have to transcend their fears and face their demons. So that's what they put off, whoever this is who's feeling lost and doesn't want you to have the favorable outcome. or feels begrudging about it. I don't know if they hate it. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere from mild to cataclysmic. You know, this person might absolutely hate that you have any semblance of a favorable outcome. Or it could just be like, damn, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Get off on your floor. But what I know is that according to the ancestors, this person now has let their demons accumulate. So it's that much more work to do. Like, remember when Neo was fighting like 27,000 Smiths? It's like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, great. 27,000. Fantastic. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, so, pow. It's interesting that in that scene, it was all the same enemy, even though it was like multiple. So, anyhow, everybody has to do this in life. Everybody has to do this protocol, this transcendence of the emotions. Like, do what the ancestors say, regardless of how you feel about it. Oh, that's powerful. That's powerful, y'all. Listen, facts. Facts. You dig it? And it get to a place. I was thinking about the crucifixion recently. And shout out to Jesus, by the way, and shout out to the real Christians. I was thinking about the crucifixion and what it was like. That's our big brother right there. Put some respect on Jesus' name today. Okay? Put some respect on Jesus' name. Because what he did, Yeshua, what he did, he really did make a sacrifice for us. I really, after having to go through my own cross-bearing crucifixion experience, and this experience has been, many layers, in terms of it's happened on, on several occasions, different forms. But this was master level shit. Okay? This was master level shit. And after him pulling out all the stops, being supernatural for these fools, making their parties better, making their lives better, healing these people, and you gonna dump a cross on my back? Humiliation, spectacle, and I mean the pain. And then he came to that moment where he was like, God, why have you forsaken me? Even Jesus was like, where's the pet whale at? You know what I'm saying? Like, hello? Like, if anybody deserves you to look out right now, Creator, it's me. Do you feel me? That's facts. Hello? According to the story. So, but then they said that he had to go to hell to get the keys to heaven. Isn't that interesting? And when he went to hell, that's when the story started to turn around. Because he didn't go to hell weak. He was strong in hell. And the devil fell to his knees. I think that's meaningful. You dig what I'm saying? So, in terms of facing your demons, has God forsaken you? I mean, you tell me. Do you feel me? And then when you start to come to that nexus point, that's the nexus point. Why have you forsaken me? That is the nexus of your Christ consciousness. Right there. Because then that is the point of surrender. That is the point where you're like, you know what, God? You do it. You know what I'm saying? Facts. Facts. Has anybody suffered around here? Anybody? Holler at me. Okay? Holler at me. That is when you cross over into Christ consciousness. When you can look at your demons and know the difference between you and them. When you can look at that magic mirror and know the difference between reality and Narnia. That is the nexus of Christ consciousness right there. Then you are free to ascend. Here we are transcending our demons through the power of the emotions. We are transcending our emotions. Think of the emotions he had when he said, "Why have you forsaken me?" He's calling God to the carpet. Explain yourself, essentially. Do you feel me? And God said, "All right, come with me." Went to hell. Do you feel me? Hello? The Creator's not a game around here. It's not a game becoming a Christ. It is not a game becoming a master. Do you feel me? A master of what? A master of your fucking self. I need you to marinate on that. Hello? Because we do real work behind the black veil. It's not a game. Okay? YouTube know it's not a game. Right. Exactly. Municipality, corporation. Do you feel me? Hello? Global. It's global, people. It's global. All right? Fantastic. Look at here. Death. Right. Didn't I say you get up in here and you be undead when you be up in Narnia? Right. Here's the dead. Tower. Ancestors. Right. It's official. When they encase you, okay? When they encase you in this mechanism right here, okay? It's like a time machine, I suspect. What a time machine would be like, in that once you release yourself from the stability of the place that you're in, you have no control. You will go where the universe sends thee, is the sensation that I'm getting here. All right? So let's go further. Right. Okay. Again, with the duality. There's two fools in this card. There's the divine fool, the drunken monk, and the brand new fool, the damn fool. Hello? Right. So the only way to be effective in the face of doubt is to transcend your demons, to face them, and to pay the karma, to subject yourself to judgment willingly. Remember I said begrudgingly? No, it has to be willingly. Otherwise, tower. That's the law. Okay? Forces. The forces of nature here. Forces of nature. Mother of storms. The lightning that struck the tower. Hello? And that's why you got to have respect for women's affairs. Because they're in charge of the lightning that strikes the tower. You want to be in right relationship with that energy. Things have to be balanced. It has to be mutual respect. It's got to be mutual. Which means that's why the emperor energy has to align. If you want to get respect as an emperor, you have to align with the true measurement of an emperor. Otherwise, you're unavailable. It's the same principle as respect knocking on your door like, hey, we want to see the emperor. We want to, we want to put ourselves on his name. You know what I'm saying? And the emperor's not home because the emperor doesn't know who he is. He doesn't know his place. So he's unavailable to the respect that might want to get on his name. See what I'm saying? Because he was busy being disrespectful to the feminine. He was busy, so he was out of his place. He was out of his place, trying to take the feminine quite possibly out of her place. Okay, so every reason to be upset. Okay, I'm just saying. So God is behind it all. All right. Yeah, I think we have well established that during this reading. God is behind it all. I know that's right. That's what people need to understand. Respect the ancestors because God is behind it all. You know how some people, like, side note, some people in the spiritual community, they, it takes all kinds. Listen, the spiritual community is made, it's like a quilt. It's just made up of all kinds of beliefs and points of view. right? So it's like, no, the ancestors are a part of the fabric of the universe, or the feminine is a part of the fabric of the universe. You cannot discard or disrespect it. It's part of how the whole thing works. You can't even get what's yours if you don't give her what's hers. You dig what I'm saying? Healthy partnership. Simple. Simple as that. God is behind it all. Also, for any lovers out there, lover's card, 2 of Cups. Okay? So, also High Priestess energy, dangalang slanging. So if we get up on the lover's floor with the shit, somebody might have been putting someone else or trying to get someone else in someone else's place. Okay, you move around who the else is and all of that. You move that around. But I get the sensation that somebody may have been trying to switch something out, kind of thing, you know? And they was putting the wrong thing in the wrong place. Okay? That might have something to do with these secrets, these shocking secrets, because here we have surprise. Okay? Maybe baby mama, or something about the kid, or something about the child, or something, some such thing like that. That's on the lover's floor. I do have 2 pregnant women here. Okay? For those of you dealing with that. Maybe someone went outside of a relationship somewhere and, put somebody else, or there's child support here, perhaps, because the King of Pentacles, child of God. Here we have 2 pregnant ladies. Somebody's mad. Okay, so get off on your floor. If that went down and somebody was dangalang slanging, or tried to switch out their soulmate for somebody else, or some such thing like that. Tower, tower, tower. And God is behind it all, because this is inevitable sacrifice. This is when something is built on a faulty foundation, as we well know. And in my deck, this is if somebody got it wrong, being disrespectful to God or disrespectful to women. Here come the Mother of Storms to strike down the tower. I understand that hell hath no fury. I understand that is world famous. So God is behind it all. So this tower has nothing to do with nobody else but God. Even with the ancestors, facilitating the tower falling, it's still, they work here too. It's bigger than them too. It's bigger than them. It's bigger than you. It's bigger than them. It's bigger than everybody. It's God. Okay? God is behind it all. God set out. That's so interesting, because they say that from God comes these divine twins, and from these divine twins comes the world of matter. Like the 2 give rise to the 3, and the 3rd represents the world of matter. And these are like the, the primordial, 1 and 0, of the matrix code kind of thing. Like, this is how we form the universe, based on these principles. You cannot remove these principles without destroying the fabric of the universe. And how many know the Creator's not going to let that happen? It's going to be like crack, crack, boom, bang, pow, tower. And that's all it's going to be. Round and round and round for nothing. Because nobody's going to change the law except God. And look at here. Somebody was fighting with their demons. And I mean fighting not to deal with them. And that would be the damn fool, if the duality is working along the lines here. That would be the damn fool who did that. Okay? Trying to be successful in the face of doubt without doing the work, essentially. Trying to get the glory, trying to get the power, like a lot of these corporations, or the patriarchal society. Because you have a penis, you think that automatically means you deserve power. No. Content of your character, you have to add up to the emperor. You got to add up to that. You see what I'm saying? So you need more than just a penis. You need character. You need emotional control You need to be able to win the day. And when I say win the day, I mean be correct and righteous in the eyes of God. Hello? Not by brute force. You got to find an alternative to war. You got to know when to employ the feminine and when to employ the masculine energy in balance, in equal measure. Otherwise, you become encased in Narnia, which is hell. You feel me? Undead, alive enough to know you're miserable, but not alive enough to know how to fix it. You dig what I'm saying? And that's the final judgment right there. And so let's get a spiritualist fuck message. That was deep. Okay? Took a trip through Dante's Inferno on that bitch. Like, hello? Shit. All right. So I suspect that that this is you moving on from some hellish experience is the sensation that I get. Where you experience some kind of disrespect, children of God. Or somebody disrespected, yeah, something like that. Get off on your floor. All right, shit you don't have time for. Other people's shit, crazy shit, bullshit, stupid shit, fake shit, shit that has nothing to do with you. Facts. Facts. Hello? Right. So, whatever, didn't I say she has a lack of interest? Hello? Right. You don't even give a fuck, people. It's the sensation that I'm getting. You know, like, whoever is out of order, you know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like, what, why? You know, like, what does this shit have to do with me? You don't want to face your demons. You don't want to, you know, like, what? Why are you pulling me into the situation? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's you. That's between you and God. It has nothing to do with me. Once you drop that kind of bullshitty shit, you'll have a whole lot more hours in the day to do awesome shit. Facts. Oh my God, that's facts. Find shit to do that vibes with your soul. Come on, people. Okay? Shit that has no negative consequences. Right? Why are you fucking around? Like, what are you doing? Okay, so, shit that makes you say, oh, hell yes. You know what I mean? Absolutely. Maybe even do some shit that benefits the world in some way. Come on now. Come on. You have time for the fuck yeah shit. Okay? Exactly. See, the children of God are trying to get on their way so they could finish doing awesome shit. All right? And fuck the dumb shit is what I'm saying around here. Okay? So somebody had to learn that apparently, and you were assigned as the teacher of that lesson. You know, you had to teach them about, you know, why do dumb shit or ugly shit or unfun shit or, you know, hellish shit when you could be doing awesome shit. You could be doing awesome shit. But they were trapped and encased in Narnia. Why? Because they were running from their demons and trying to resist the truth and the facts of what it takes to be a divine child of God. You must do the work. There's no getting around it. All right? And that goes for everyone. Let us all rejoice in the privilege of being a divine child of God. Amen? Amen. Listen, if you need a personal get in contact with me, my information is down below for more deep-ass readings like these. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell on your way out. Pick up a copy of Discriminating Wisdom, people, if you haven't. I'm telling you. It's the instructions, y'all. Simple. 1, 2, 3, just a few pages. All right? Get yourself a copy over at Amazon and make sure you're out here discriminating wisely. And I will see you again here soon, party people, behind the black veil.